All right, this is Andy G in the WFF space, the wealthyfantasyfootball.com area. It's actually the WFF Discord. I want to show you here and really talk about MLB DFS strategy now coming up as it is Sunday the 19th for 23rd Thursday as we get into a two-game slate and then so on and so forth with many different slates on many different days to really cover the basis of a GPP or tournament and a cash strategy daily. uh, I really succeeded or surpassed my expectations when it came to the testing and results in KBO. And what I mean by that is taking in things that come from the WFF projections that are solely used without any other outsourced ways or methods from anywhere else. So when you take a look at that there, what I got right here was about a 73% clip. So that was from some of these lineups. As you can see, the records posted, results, driven by these strategies used in a KBO specifically, also implemented in the NPB. So these Asian leagues, I kind of put them together. It was much more proportionate, 80% more so KBO than NPB, but I'd included them all together and to give myself this particular up to date on the 15th, 73% clip, dropped down just a little bit, down right here to the most recent results. For a total of this may be the final total as I may not play any more KBO, just getting prepared for other sports. 35-14 record, but it's definitely at least a solid 71% clip. When you are achieving that amount as far as your winnings and earnings, looking at that in the WFF, the Wealthy Fantasy Football Area Discord, and seeing it and keeping track of it yourself, figuring out your winning percentages, then you're basically going to achieve that with this very specific strategy that I use here within the WFF for basically coming up with a main cash lineup and then a hedge, which is also considered a hybrid because it gives you amazing upside. As I've had amazing results with the cash, not only the cash, but also even though using opposing pitchers in the hybrid slash hedge lineup still resulted in, on many occasions, countless times, both of the sets of lineups cashing. So that means in triple ups, not only did I take 2 or 3 players, maybe even 4 players from the opposing pitcher from my main cash lineup, not only did I take some of those guys, but I put a different pitcher in, and I obviously obtained cashing results in both lineups. So both cash lineups that used in 50-50s, head-to-heads, and double-ups, and the other separate lineup used in triple-ups. So that was a strategy. We'll continue to use a strategy in MLB DFS. So what was very interesting, though, about this strategy as well was that I never looked at projections as far as ownership projections. I never saw, I never knew, I never looked at any kind of optimized. Well, that was another thing. I never used any optimizer for my lineups for any of these Asian baseball lineups. So not using those, not seeing, not only using, not using, in the practice of it, in the habit of it, not using any optimizers. Really, there wasn't any optimizers to really use as far as I knew that I really put my hands on. Well, there are some. I take that back. There are some I could have used. I did not purposely chose to use them. I intentionally turned those optimizers off. Those subscriptions to those particular optimizers, I turned them off. And not only did that turn that off, but it turned off the actual ownership projections. So I was not able to see all throughout the duration, as I would be able to test. Anybody would be able to testify to that inside of Discord, that I never used anything to any of those type of systems that came out with ownership projections. not ever having ownership projections. All I did was put in the best lineups that I had projected, came up with my WFF projections, which is nothing but an estimate of the future result based on past results. That's all it is, to simplify it. Took those results, projected them into, with the pitcher, innings pitched, strikeouts, minus ERA, plus a potential win, minus any other type of, walks and hits allowed, small amounts of points taken off, shaved off the DraftKings projections that I had. So using all this data and keeping track of it, seeing how I was able to use it effectively from day to day, slate to slate, for hitters and pitchers whenever they came back up in the rotation, I was able to just put in the absolute best lineup, put that in the main cash lineup, and then hedge it off, take out the pitcher I want to oppose in the other lineup, put it in there, bam. We had ourselves those fantastic results, over 70% winning percentage clip. Now, the question is, when it comes to MLB DFS, what do we do? Well, what I want you to do is you'll simply come over to here. First, learn the principles and strategies that go into, since you're probably you found this video looking for strategies for MLB DFS, right? You're going to come over here. I'm going to leave the link in the description of this video. Your free DFS book offer. You're going to download it. You're going to be able to click in right here. If you see where I'm pointing at, click here to download free. Read through it. Be downloaded on your computer. Read it in PDF. Come back here. Click on your 7-day free trial. Now, if it was me and I was smart, and if I was only playing in Major League Baseball, I would go ahead and sign up the day of, early in the morning probably, the 23rd, that Thursday, as these slates come up. Or the next day, if you decide not to do the small 2-game slate, go ahead and get in there, get a 7-day trial, see how we do for the first 7 days. Now, it's a bit more risky as far as what will happen, but if needed, I haven't decided yet, we will be able to get the ownership projections just as an extra edge. Not that it's deciding or determining our actual lineups, but an extra edge, the actual projected ownership numbers. Okay, so if a guy's projected at 50% to 80% ownership, we know highly owned for the slate. We can decide to go with some chalk. There's some chalk guys. It's not anything that I'm just going to put in a whole chalky lineup. It's going to be something we're going to take into consideration. What is a chalk? Is a guy worthy of being in that position to be of a main cash lineup? So this is what you want to do. Come here, check that out. As you click on the link, whenever you decide to go into the 7-day free trial, you just come to the page, sign up to the PayPal, and then this is, subscribe to it monthly. Okay, so you'll see, of course, what the monthly is. It's almost $40 a month, so that you can get the lineups in there. As it offers something unique in that, not only do you receive the strategy, everything that we get. If you look, in fact, at one of my KBO, here we go. In one of the KBO, any one of the KBO lineups. Well, you're only going to see the recent one. If you click on the menu option for the KBO coaching area, you're going to see how I laid it out here for you. The same thing's going to happen. Although, however, I'm not going to do this for the whole, a full game, 15 game, 14, 13 game MLB Major League Baseball slate. But you're basically going to see here the WFF projection, what I think they're most likely to hit as far as the points total on DraftKings and or FanDuel, the innings pitched prop, as well as a strikeout prop. So, a lot of times you'll see, like on betting sites, they'll actually have with players strikeout props over under a certain amount, maybe 7 strikeouts in Major League Baseball. I'm going to have that, but I'm also going to throw in there in that, give out a few of the top guys, a few of the bottom guys, and probably everyone in between. I'll just say for my own team inside the DFS area. So even though you have to get in there and eventually pay for that, you get a 7-day free trial. But then, so that's what's going on. You got that. Just pricing, as it kind of goes up and down. That's noted here. Some other specific notes for certain guys. This will certainly be applicable in Major League Baseball, now picking up in the pandemic. And that's another key area and aspect of what's going on too. They're going to be not only Major League Baseball slates going on, but other sports, the NBA, NHL, and then before football will be here and we'll be on that. So as far as whatever and whatever we can be on, we'll be on. You'll see many different guys posting in many different other um, sports as well. We got another guy already in here, Brian's Lines. He's already put in there NASCAR lines for us for the day. We don't have results of those in yet. As I understand, they go quite a bit up and down. As I don't know much about it, we've had golf in here, and of course the KBO and NPB, lineups and the results in here. You basically once you set up your 7-day free trial, perhaps read your ebook first. The ebook, another copy of the ebook is in right here. Don't worry about it. It's going to be in here also. If you don't happen to stumble upon that, but welcome to the WFF start here. So we're looking at the coaches' lineups. This is where you're going to find his lineups. The coach here, Brian, and also I got to make one of these areas for my lineups, or I'll just post them in general. I'm not sure. The general tab, that may be fine. But then also, this is where you start and looking at everything there. That's how we go about doing it on a daily basis. There are also some notes in here, MLB news I think are relative, especially as the time comes closer now. I want to actually jump on this real soon, get you some up-to-date things as far as what I think really matters in MLB DFS. So all these different strategy tips and everything, once you subscribe here, that's the site here. It's actually dfswff.xyz. I'll leave this, like I said, there in the link in the description, so you can get started there. What you're going to, if you just from the subscribe and put in your email simply, of course, that is free. What you'll get is the free ebook link there to the great process commandments of fantasy football and other sports. You also get daily email tips of the day along with the article, links to the articles that is, and links to the YouTube videos for each slate as far as the major sports are concerned, and how to access coaches for any sport you play in for minimal cost for cash and GPP contests. So sort of the daily grind there as far as what is going on and what needs to be known from every sport to every sport, every slate to every slate, so we can have you all covered with this dedicated team right here. Profiting daily and using these strategies there to the best of our abilities and giving you the best of what we got. So that's what we hope to do here in the WFF, the Wealthy Fantasy Football blog, YouTube channel, Discord area, to give you as much as we can for the lowest price there. So hope all that helps in your MLB DFS strategy. We'll talk to you soon there.